Call La Yahweh, by Shemi Hawashai, by Shema Kakadash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai Mashiach, Brakatah Yasharala, Brakatah Yahweh, Call Allah, Shalom, Shalom, Halawayah, Halawayah. Double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone, pushing and teaching his truth and sincerity, and overseeing the construction of the tabernacle of David, a more perfect tabernacle. Shalom to the Akim Baal Bafion scattered abroad. Shalom to the Sid believers. This is Yahweh Sap, Banya Sharala, Banya Howdah, coming to you live through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shad. Give you another quick lesson. Slakia. I guess I'm just gonna pick a scripture. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given you. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh, receiveth, and he that seeketh, findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks a fish, will he give a serpent? If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that Therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. And that's important because, like he just said, therefore all these things whatsoever you would do to men should, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Like the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? If you expect for a certain person to, I don't know, do certain things or act a certain way to you, then you need to be putting forth that energy too. You know what I'm saying? And it says in Matthew 7:17, Matthew 7:16, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. And it says, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. And that's important because and everything is subjective, but you tell a person by their fruits. The spirit bear witness. You know what I'm saying? If if a person is humble, they're gonna bring forth humble fruits. If a person is evil, they're gonna bring forth evil fruits. They're gonna do evil things. You know what I'm saying? It says, wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. So, and it's not like people can't change, but it's short and sweet, plain and simple. You are what you are. You know, if you can't what's it called? You can't throw cologne on must. You know what I'm saying? If you musty and you try to throw a bunch of cologne and smell good on it, that don't change the fact that you musty. You know, you're just making it worse. You're creating this peculiar smell trying to cover up what you really are on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything diamonds. Cubic zirconium shines like diamonds until they turn green. You know what I'm saying? Cubic zirconium shine like diamonds until they don't shine, until, you know what I'm saying, until it gets exposed. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them. You know what I'm saying? And that, like I said, is subjective because but the person, it says beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that's true for the scripture right now. The fruits are in the eye of the beholder. If a person is a wicked person, or they not the most, they ain't got it together all the way up here, then their viewpoint is already skewed. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a full grasp or full understanding of what a good tree would be. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's people out here that like to eat. Like, you know how you see a banana, you know, it's kind of brownish, got spots in it. It's some people that like to eat the spots. Some people that don't like to eat the spots. You know, if you got a bruised apple, some people like to eat the bruised part of the apple. And that's, like I said, it's subjective. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be, it's like you. It's gonna be what it is. The fruit, no matter what you might think of the tree or the or that certain person, that doesn't change who that person really is on deep down inside their heart and inside their mind. Just because no matter what you might think of that person doesn't change who that person really is. Like, you might you might think that a tomato plant, suck it. This is a perfect example. You might think an orange is or tangerine, or you might confuse the tangerine for an orange, but that doesn't change the fact that that's in actuality it's an orange. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying about that. But more importantly, he says um, in Matthew 7:8, for everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. The important part is, the important part to remember is you got to take the initiative. It says everyone that asks, asketh. You have to take the initiative. It's important. It's important every day. Not even every day. It's important just to take. And even in worldly life, taking the initiative will get you far. It'll take you a long way. So how much more in this truth? You know what I'm saying? And it goes on to say that in 11, it says, if ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? You know what I'm saying? It's plain and simple. It's taking the initiative. And I'm going to go to Proverbs 11:7 and see what this precept is saying. This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. You know, that's again initiative right here in this verse. And those that seek me early shall find me. It's about the initiative. You gotta have the initiative first. That's that fire that's inside you, to get up. You know, a lot of people, they're that fire inside of them they use for for other things. You know, a lot of people, they'll take the initiative to go get some weed or get some drink. You know what I'm saying? They'll take the initiative to try to outdo the next person. That's a lot of people. They'll take the initiative to try to outdo the next person or try to have a one up on the next person, but they won't take the initiative to do something positive. A lot of people focus on the negatives. Let me check this precept. This is Psalms 91 and 4. 14. I'm tripping. Mm. It's like you. I'm not gonna get that scripture, but going back to, um, this is Matthew 17 and 16. Um, Ye shall, well, I'm gonna read 15 for the context. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You know what I'm saying? That's talking about these so-called pastors. You know what I'm saying? These so-called preachers, these so-called bishops and so-called prophets. Yeah, they have the appearance of a meek man. They have the appearance of a righteous man, but deep down inside, they're a wolf. They're looking for the they're trying to get that collection plate full. And I keep saying this, you know what I'm saying? A lot. If the churches were really where the truth is at, they wouldn't have shut down through the Crown Vic. The Bible says that we ought to obey God rather than men. I don't. The book of Timothy, Paul writes to Timothy and said, "Be in season and out of season." You know what I'm saying? If you really trust in God, and then if you really believe in Philippians 4:13 that says, "I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me," why are you scared of the Crown Vic? Why are you closing the doors to the church? And through in a very very this is a very critical situation. And the doors to the church are closed. You know what I'm saying? God's quote unquote house. You're closing the sanctuary to where people are supposed to run in and feel and feel get relief and get strength. You know what I'm saying? If the churches were really the truth, they wouldn't have shut down during Crown V. Because the true men of the Lord, the Akim of this truth, the true watchmen, we didn't take no break due to COVID, and we're not gonna take a break. We're gonna be in season and out of season. Whether it's 14 degrees outside, or whether it's 98 degrees outside, we're gonna be out there pushing the word and truth, and we're gonna be on the internet pushing the word and truth. We're gonna be in season and out of season, unlike these churches. And it says in 16, "Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?" And that's a question. Does a man gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? You know what I'm saying? Is it hard to gather to pluck that fruit, the grapes? It's not. It's like what's it trying to illustrate in this verse is like a barrier type thing. Is it gonna be something stopping whoever's trying to, you know what I'm saying, gather the fruit? Is there gonna be an impediment? No, when you try to get the grapes, you just pick it straight off the thing, like strawberries, like most fruits. You go to the bush, you pluck it straight off. It's nothing. It ain't no like like a pineapple. It's nothing impeding you from getting to the actual fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like in the instance, it's talking about grapes, but it's nothing impeding you to do that. And more importantly, you can take that to talk about like really these so-called Christians, these so-called believers. You know what I'm saying? On the outs, well, it's like it's so hard to get the actual fruit, the fruit being the truth, out of a Christian, because there is no, like the book of Isaiah says. This is Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that hard to get the truth out of a Christian. It shouldn't be that hard to get the truth out of anybody. But like it says, do men gather grapes of thistles or figs of do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna to gain this small reward? Are you willing to, you know what I'm saying, go through a bunch of hell just to get this very small reward? Micah 3:6. Okay, Micah is this way. But yeah, I know I'm kind of going everywhere, but the overall concept of this video is um initiative. Not only initiative, but like I said, if you musty, you ain't um no amount of smell good that you put on is gonna change the fact that you musty. You know what I'm saying? You can try to put on this facade of being a different type of person, but underneath that facade, you're gonna be who you really are. If you wicked, you're gonna be wicked. You know what I'm saying? If you righteous, you're gonna be righteous. Um, like it says in Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. You know what I'm saying? It's telling you the you gonna understand these people by the fruit. Like it says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Like, like I'm really breaking it down because I know the language is kind of iffy. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. When everything is going fine, everything is going good. Of course, somebody gonna it's gonna appear like somebody really riding for you when everything is going going good. But when everything is going bad, you know what I'm saying, and you're in rough waters, that's when you're gonna really see who's really there for you. That's when everything is going the way, and when everything is going, when the world seems like it's turned upside down, that's when you're gonna see who's really there for you. That's when you're gonna see who's really there for you. I'm glad this verse came out. That's the spirit, the water. A friend cannot be known in prosperity. Yeah, that's why a lot of these celebrities, they be having a whole bunch of yes men. They not really their friends. They just sticking around cause they doing good. You know what I'm saying? And that's with anybody. People if they see something that they can get out of you, they're gonna attach themselves to you. Even if they don't have your best interest at heart, they're gonna attach yourself to them. Why? Because the preservation of self. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. An enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. Why? Because when you going through tough times, the people who are directly opposing you, the people who are making it harder on you, that's your enemy. You know what I'm saying? When everything's going bad and somebody making it worse, that's clearly your enemy. That's clearly your enemy. A friend cannot be hidden. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. It says in this, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. Man, when you doing well, people gonna hate. When you doing well, the people the people who hate you is gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. If ain't nobody hating on you, then you ain't doing nothing right. You know what I'm saying? That's what in prosperity, in the prosperity of man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. You know what I'm saying? When the going gets tough, a lot of people, bro. That's why I keep saying when it's that's why I like the proverb said, an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity, and it says in 9, but in his adversity even a friend will depart, because he's really your enemy. When you at your lowest, that's when you gonna see who's really there for you. And a lot of times it's your mom, your dad, and maybe your siblings if your siblings got a good relationship with each other. But most times it's gonna be your mom and your dad, and maybe maybe like 3 friends. You know what I'm saying? 3 real friends. Mm. But no, man, for real,